What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I want to thank you so much for tuning into Racqi Road TV. We've got a lot to discuss today. I'm just checking to make sure that, yes, we are indeed on air. I made sure. Now let's keep it moving. So, a lot of us spiritualists I see are really going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. And there was a couple of videos I felt that was important to share and talk about. We're going to get into our government. We're going to get into the sick shit that goes on behind the doors in the entertainment industry. And then after that, we're going to have a Q&A session. If you are present, we will have that, and we will be able to, talk. So, again, thank you for choosing Racqi Road TV, where we laugh, learn, brainstorm, and we expand our consciousness together. Let's get it started with Hidden in Plain Sight, because you are here at Hidden in Plain Sight. My lives are based on Hidden in Plain Sight. You know, a lot of stuff that just right in our face that we ignore. And that's really relevant to life. And we're going to talk about it right now. Thank y'all for choosing Racqi Road TV. I appreciate you for tuning in today. I got these on because I had to set the mood, honey, because we were about to get into it. Yes, we're going to have some nefarious topics. You have tuned into Hidden in Plain Sight. I got a couple of videos that I thought was interesting to go over that I found on TikTok. And we're going to talk about this Hollyweird. So stay with me and we're going to get into it. Thank you for choosing Racqi Road TV, a channel where the viewer is spiritual royalty. Here on Racqi Road TV, you and I laugh, learn, brainstorm, and expand our consciousness together. My name is Raquel, your earthly spirit guide and spiritual alchemist. Please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. If you clicked on this video, it was meant for you, so stick around. Again, thanks for tuning in. So, I'm going to take these off. You know what time it is. Here in the spiritual community, you will see a lot of us that go and talk about conspiracy theories. I will brush over them because I feel like it's a bigger point to be made, although I don't think it's necessary to go down the rabbit hole all of the time, because you can sit up and research things all day and get to the bottom of it, but if you don't make any changes, if we don't tackle it at the forefront, if we don't gather together to do something about it or disengage from it and do our own thing we should be doing anyway, then it's useless. But let's go ahead and listen to this video, and then we're going to talk about it.
Star Macaulay Culkin has blown the whistle on the entertainment industry elite to reveal that Hollywood studio executives are bloodthirsty Satanists who ritualistically murder child actors. The Home Alone star has exposed movie business execs as satanic pedophiles who ritually abuse children in the industry. He claims he only got out alive because he was a smart and suspicious kid who got too famous to be killed like some of the other kids. He says, quote, "You learn very early to recognize which of them want to abuse you and which of them have even darker tastes," he said, explaining that the worst of them wear shoes made of the skin of children that they ritually murdered. Macaulay Culkin dropped the huge truth bomb during a radio interview in Paris, France. He said, "Have you seen leather products made from human skin? It has a very unusual, distinctive look. I learned at a very young age to identify it." The news was picked up by French media, with mainstream French newspapers quickly reporting on the explosive interview. However, within an hour of publication, all reports began to disappear, with previously published articles suddenly being scrubbed from the internet. French news outlet Les Echos deleted their entire article shortly after it started to go viral, but has not responded to questions regarding why they removed it within an hour of publication and if they were pressured to do so. Children in the entertainment industry learn very early to recognize which of them want to abuse you and which of them have even darker tastes, explaining that some of them, Hollywood executives, wear skin trophies. Explaining that he was 11 the first time he saw human leather, Culkin said he was filming Home Alone 2 in New York. When he was ushered into a back room on the set, there was a guy in there, a powerful executive suit type. You know what I mean? He said. He tried to make me relax by giving me a can of Coke. Started telling me about the nature of the industry. Basically, he wanted me to cut my parents out. He wanted to be my guardian. He said he would make me into the biggest teen star in history. He said I had it all, but that I had to get rid of my parents. I was like, dude, I'm 11. And he said, you're a man now. Culkin, who has been living in Paris, France since 2003, then explained that the man began to make his intentions clear. He started breathing real shallow. My experience with perverts kicked in. I could tell he was interested in me. He licked his lips and told me I was very handsome. I think I managed to say thank you and started thinking about how I could get the F out of here. Dude, I'm 11. Then he reached into his case and took out a crack pipe. He put it in his lap, took out a huge lighter, and continued to gaze at me with this overpowering sexual desire. I was just staring at him. I think I said something like, dude, I'm 11 again. I remember he said to me, it's celebration, little man. To celebrate your upcoming success, your many successes. Come, sit back down. He was tapping the pipe on his crotch, smiling this total creepazoid smile. I ran out of the room, but I ran straight into this other guy who was outside the room, and he grabbed me by the arm and threw me back inside. He lit the pipe and blew the smoke in my face, which I guess he's the other guy now, the original guy. He told me to look at his shoes. He said they were made from the skin of children he and his friends had murdered. He said leather made from human skin is the finest leather known to man. Death of a child star. Macaulay Culkin said the Hollywood executive then dropped a heavy hint about the provenance of the skin used to make his shoes. He asked me if I knew Heather O'Rourke. Yeah, I remember her. I grew up watching Poltergeist. I remembered her in Happy Days. She was so cute. Then it dawned on me what he was getting at, and I vomited all over his shoes. He's taking it as, you're wearing the shoes of that dead girl. Body? Skin? That's what he's saying here right now. And we're all told, no, she had a disease. She died from a disease at a young age.
First of all, if you want to do a little bit more research, just type in what red shoes symbolism means, and you're going to basically discover that for Satanists, what it means, it's the symbol of child human sacrifice. During this sacrificial rituals, the Satanists wear red shoes, which are claimed to be made out of human leather. And you're going to find a ton of photos on the internet with, here's Tony Podesta wearing red shoes, and then here's these very disturbing paintings with all these children that have their hands tied behind their back, and they're all wearing red shoes. If you go to qmap.pub, you can actually type in red shoe with quotations, and it'll show you all the posts that Q has commented. Here you got Bill Maher, I should say, wearing red shoes as well. And this is the necklace of Anderson Cooper's mother, who is a Vanderbilt. If you type in Anderson Cooper, mom and brother, you're going to see this picture here. And if you zoom in, you're going to find that she's wearing a necklace. And so it's all about symbolism. And so she's got on her necklace a red shoe. But if you look above the bed, it's even more disturbing. So if you zoom in, you're going to see what looks like a child that's being sacrificed. And what is this? Is this supposed to be art? There's definitely some pretty weird things going on amongst the elite. Then, of course, we've got the whole Jeffrey Epstein island. And then you got tunnels that have been discovered underneath this temple. And there's a lot that's still coming out, and I'm hoping that it all gets exposed.
Okay, and so we have that. And then homeless people. I don't know if you ever heard somebody or paid attention to homeless people, but if you talk to them, they can be wise. They really can. I mean, they've been through a lot to end up where they are. And there's this video on TikTok with this homeless man. So I'm going to play this, and then we're going to talk about it. He's talking about the government. You know, it's so many truths that we ignore, but let's listen to this.
You think you understand political parties. You're all full of crap. You don't know what the Illuminati is. If you're Republican or you're Democrat, you're wrong. Why? It's this easy. It's called divide and conquer. That's why there's two parties and only two. And they're controlled by the same people at the very top who belong to the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberger Group. They also belong to the Trilateral Commission, and you people don't even know what the hell that is. But if you did know, you would know that these are the people that control your world by making global policies that you never vote on, and by which parties both serve and belong to these organizations and control your world. Now, here's how it works. Really easy. Divide and conquer can only work if the people that are divided are not aware of the falsely created division. If you're not aware of it, then it works. If you know about it, then it don't work no more. If you have socialism without capitalism, it becomes communism.
Of course, I agree with what he says, but here's the thing. Where we get tripped up about, and then we're going to get into that with Macaulay Culkin. This is a shorter one, so I'm going to address this first. But what we get tripped up with is what is being said and what is going on. And what we fail to realize is we have to disengage and stop giving attention and power to this stuff. And our attention and intention is powerful. And when we feed this stuff to these things, we allow them to grow. What we need to do is begin to be focused and intentional about what type of world do we want to live in. And when you get focused and become intentional about the world that you want to live in, you start with you first. And what I mean by that is start getting rid of the things that you're looking at and listening to that is not beneficial to the world that you want to create. Begin to clean within yourself, because this is what they're doing. Let's talk about the Illuminati. Okay, and let's talk about the occult. Okay, first of all, what I do know is they do these practices, and what they do is they want to discourage you. This is my belief, okay? You can take it or you don't have to. They want to discourage you, and to do that, you mix in some things that is not so favorable, like this red shoe hookup and the abuse of children and stuff like that. So to define a cult, okay, because we often think occult, Illuminati is like an occult organization. And to define a cult, that will be supernatural, mystical, or magical beliefs, practices, or phenomena, a secret society to study alchemy and the occult. Objective of involving or relating to supernatural, mystical, or magical powers or phenomena, a follower of occult practices similar to voodoo. Of course, they want to throw voodoo in there. It's not about what they're doing, it's how they're doing it. And you can wield anything to be more what we would call dark in nature, or more negative. I won't even say dark, because even dark is demonized, whether it be color, practices, energy, whatever. If you notice, you have shows like Lucifer on Netflix, a lot of the supernatural shows, you will see a lot of sex. Let's just stick with Lucifer. In the first episode of the opening the season, you have Lucifer, he's having an orgy and stuff like that. Energy is real. So it is my belief, and you can form your own opinion. Again, we here to laugh, learn, brainstorm, and expand our consciousness together. So I'm not saying what I'm saying is totally Bible. Bible ain't even Bible. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you a way to look at this thing. So when you're doing these occult practices, and when you're doing magic and rituals, it needs energy. It needs to be fed with energy. One of the most powerful energies to use would be sex. Sex is a very great way to manifest. And individually, we are powerful. And when you combine our energies together, that's why when the Bible says, when two or more of me are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst, right? So imagine gathering 5 people. Let's say you're having an orgy, 5 people. The type of power that comes out of it. We only look at the carnal and the sexual nature, and we don't look at the energy that they're forming. So they have certain things that they want to get out into the manifest, and then they use this energy. Where children are a purest form of energy. They are pure. If they haven't been tampered with, they are pure. They're pure of imagination. They haven't been damaged. And I'm sure they look for these type of kids. They haven't been damaged by the world as much and stuff like that. So when they are used in rituals of sacrifices or sex rituals, that is another powerful energy, right? So yes, is it sick? Is it dark? Yes, but there is a reason behind it, and that's what we need to know. So occult practices aren't the problem. The problem is how they are used and how they are manipulated and how they're presented to you in the public. And I think so much of this stuff is coming forward because of course they have to put it in front of you. They have to present it. It's up to you to deny it or dismantle it or whatever. They have to present it. But if they make this so ugly, they prevent you from doing occult practices that can fuel and manifest the things that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the overplay for the underlay. And we have to realize that we have to approach things from a different perspective because we're just getting the evil nature of it all, the carnal nature of it all. And the problem with that too is while we're getting stuck at it, we're doing nothing about it. But you got to realize these rituals are fueled by energy. Sex energy is a very powerful energy. If you and your mate, let's say you and your mate have a goal, and let's say you are unified in that goal, and then you bind it with sex and stuff like that, these things really fuel and give it power. That's the power behind the manifestation. When two people are on one accord, they are unstoppable. And that's another reason why they want to divide you, because if we can get households on one accord, the mother and the father, and raising each other, capitalism just wouldn't work because we would be on a different tip. So it's okay to go down these rabbit holes. But my thing is, let's not get stuck on them, because we can pick up this stuff all day, but if we're not doing anything and we're not doing the self-work, it's irrelevant. So I think that's very important. And I wanted to acknowledge that, yes, these sinister things are going on. And if you think that just Divine in the Hood and shit is just stealing kids, he don't have the wherewithal to do that. He doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have, people in the hood are not that great with criminal organizations. These kids and women and all these people that are coming up missing you never hear about, that's not somebody in the hood organizing that. They not that smooth. This is an organization that is above us. So either we're going to do something about it or we're not. But education is very important, and I wanted to present that to you because I think that we don't look at that part. It's hidden in plain sight. This is why they show you, again, the series of Lucifer. This is why you see the opening scene of them with the orgies and stuff like that. These are rituals, combine energy to make things come into fruition. So yes, if you get hung up on the carnal nature, you'll miss the whole thing. But all of these things are hidden in plain sight. So you have a decision to make. Are we going to band together and say, fuck all this foolishness and get our communities and get our money that we spending on at McDonald's or whatever and just get some discipline? And I'm not saying you have to forfeit all your pleasures. I'm just saying start putting some money aside and maybe we have to move out of the country and pick some land where we can build our own system or whatever. Are we going to make a plan? Because we're not victims here. We have choices. We're just not making the choices. What we're doing is we're pointing over here and we're choosing the victim route because we don't want to act. And I think a lot of it is because we don't know how to act. I'm willing to act, but I cannot be a man, an island alone. I can't. I need some people to be with me. So I just really wanted to talk about that. Of course, this video is going to end and then we'll go to the question and answer portion of this and we will be live again. But I want to know what you think about it. Also, I just want you to know, check out my ebook, Hidden in Plain Sight. I have volume number 1 and volume number 2 and the volume number 3, and they're going to be coming. So check that out. It's only $5. It's no more than 14 pages, including the front and back cover. So it's not a lot. I'm going to keep them short because I know people don't like to read, child. And it's unfortunate because reading, it really takes you on an adventure. Reading is a positive thing and an enjoyable thing. And we need to get back to that. And we need to be buying more hardcover books. I put it as an ebook. It's easier to disseminate and cut out the middleman. But I buy a lot of tangible books because you can pass them down to your children. And it's not, I know all books aren't facts and stuff like that, but it really gets the mind going. It gets you to stimulate that mind and think outside of the box. It's important to read. Know that, again, the schedule. I come on here. I have a new video on Thursdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. new videos drop 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and Friday will go live at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we do a Q&A. We could talk and kiki and all of that. We can talk about what we just watched and stuff like that. I have the Sacred Safe Space community. If you would like to join that, that's a donation-based event. You pick what you think it's worth, and we get in there and we talk and fellowship and vent. And you might have something heavy on your heart that somebody else might have a solution for. So I'm building that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. And now we are going to get to the Q&A part of this live. Thank y'all. And we're back. So, how do you feel about what we just watched? What are your thoughts? Should we go out in the streets? Should we tackle it from the inside? Should we get in the door and begin to dismantle it from the inside? Or should we just stop patronizing it? Because that's how you really get people, right? You hit them in the pockets. That's how you end a lot of stuff. Should we be concentrating on getting our own communities, our own sectors of entertainment, our own sectors of education? And should we build our own communities? Again, solutions aren't always easy, but we do have the choice. We have choices to make, and a lot of times we get so bogged down with the victim mentality, we do nothing. I just want to know, what are your thoughts on this? I don't currently see a lot of comments now. This is the Q&A portion. But if you so happen to see this, please leave your thoughts and questions, because then we will begin to address those in the next live. That's how this works. But please do me a favor. Share this with somebody. People love stuff like this. And at the end of the day, it gives them another way to look at things, because we've been going down the rabbit hole for so long, but it really becomes a distraction at the end of the day. It's just another distraction. It really does. It becomes another distraction. I don't know. I had a good time doing this. I looked forward to doing this again. I said it in the video. Thursdays, new videos drop. Friday, I go live like this here. I introduce myself. Then I play a pre-recorded video so we can get right to the point. There's not a lot of veering off and losing thoughts and blind moments. And then we get to the Q&A portion where you ask me questions, give your feedback. Whatever. We talk about the video. You talk to me. I answer your questions. Whatever. We kick it. But thank you for being with me thus far. Thank you for the support. I actually had a video that I was editing, and for whatever reason, it was taking so long. I was supposed to put it up on TikTok, and it was going to let y'all know I was coming on here at 2 o'clock. And it didn't work out like that. Sometimes plans don't, so I'll probably post it tomorrow. I'm going to have to take out the part where I'm announcing I'm going live, child, because it's irrelevant at this point. But thank you so much for tuning in. I really love y'all. I love doing this. Again, thank you for choosing Racqi Road TV, where we laugh, learn, brainstorm, and evolve our consciousness together. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you back next Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Remember, Wednesday and Thursdays are the guaranteed days, but that doesn't mean other videos and stuff won't pop up. But those are just the days you can count on me. And the documentary is dropping 2 o'clock next Tuesday on the 14th. So you'll see it. It's